What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith as we continue our 2023 NFL Draft Prospect Series. We try to mix it up for y'all, man. We have everyone from the big stars, the guys from the little schools. This guy's coming from a big school, but I have to say he might be one of the biggest draft gems, man. This is a D lineman with a very high motor and plays like a man possessed in pursuit of the quarterback or whoever has the ball for that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and welcome out of Iowa State, MJ Anderson. MJ, how you doing today, man?
I'm great. I appreciate you for allowing me to come up here.
Absolutely, man. Dude, I'm happy, man, to have you on. It's a blessing to be in your presence today, man. How's this whole process been for you, man? You were at the combine not too long ago. You've been training. You have a pro day coming up, man. How's everything been for you?
It's been good, man. Good stress. I feel like, just every day's a grind, you know, April 27th through the 29th is the big weekend. So just count down to that. Just being able to just stay patient, stay in the moment with every day, just every day being its own entity. So that's just been my biggest thing, is just staying in the moment and just not getting too focused on ahead or behind or stuff like that. Just staying in the moment. So I say I've been pretty good.
That's excellent, man. And where have you been training at so far?
Bomarito in Miami. I left there and then came back to school, train, get ready for pro day and everything.
Very cool, very cool. How's the energy been with you working out with other players and stuff like that? Has it been competitive? Have you guys been encouraging each other? What's it like to be a fly in the wall in that room?
No, it's competitive, but it's a brotherhood, man. Everybody, man, these are dreams that you had since the first time you really played football. For a lot of us and a lot of folks, the game just comes to them and you find a loving for it. Because, man, if you're trying to chase the NFL, dog, you got to have a pure design passion to stay consistent and really love the game. And I feel like since I've, gotten down to Miami, since the combine stuff, man, I've met a lot of amazing dudes who are on the same journey as me. So I can't say anything negative at all, man. It's been a blessing just to be a part of the journey. Some folks' journeys don't even make it this far, So it's just being able to see the guys and hear other stories on guys and how they made it to where they are, same way I am. It's just fun to be a part of a brotherhood of football, man. Sports for real. Just keep you connected with folks and just meet new people. So I can't complain.
And you've had one heck of a football journey. I was reading up on you a little bit. You're from St. Louis, Missouri, and then eventually you go to Minnesota. You played there for a few years, University of Minnesota, and then of course you finish out your amazing college career over at Iowa State. But take us from the beginning. When did you first fall in love with the game of football?
I was like 5, 6 years old, I think. I really I was my dad a hooper and my mom played basketball and she ran track. And I really just was probably a little bit too overly aggressive for a lot of things. And I just felt like football was just was it. It's like first day of practice, it stuck with me. Probably got my bell rung, probably my first time, but it was fun, man. Just going out there and just, you can't really get in trouble for hitting folks in a game and just being you know, wild and rambunctious at 5, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Just it's just a way to let out energy. And it just finally, it kicked with me. And throughout high school, without middle school and high school, middle school, man, it took me to the point where my 8th grade year, I was like, I'm gonna go full in on just straight football and see where it take me. And
You look back at your childhood, man. It's like I think you made the right decision.
yeah, yeah, not facts, bro. I went to, what I'm saying, I went to a big high school that football, every sport, everybody you strictly came there for that one sport and everything. And I played with dudes that are first rounders in the NBA and stuff. So just seeing them guys 6'5" point guards and stuff, I was like, yeah, bro, this is man, there's no way I'm playing. So it's just it was one of them things where I just felt I went to a pretty good school that played a national schedule. So we just, I had the opportunity to actually live my dreams of playing, letting football take me where I wanted to go in the state of St. Louis. Some folks have to travel to go to IMG or something like that. But no, my school was, already on a national pedestal. So it was just the opportunity to, see the big teams and stuff like that. Just come to St. Louis was fun.
And along the way, were there any coaches, mentors that helped you to get to where you are today?
Man, it takes a village. I feel like, what I'm saying, just for each person to grow. And I feel like like a lot of my high school coaches really helped me. My mom and dad really just, some of the life goals, this life stuff that you got to endure, just living, really helped me. And the folks that have around me, I feel like I gel well with folks. I might not be like super just energetic with everybody, but it might take me 2 or 3 times. But after a while, I get real comfortable around people, and a lot of folks like to tend towards me, and I feel that's been one of my my knacks, just growing up, and just being me. And folks have wrapped their arms around me and just kept me under their wing and just made sure that I follow the path that I'm supposed to, even though it might look a different way. It's so everybody's paths are different. It's just one of them things that I feel like I've had a lot of good people that I can't even count on names, not even coaches, as counselors, people here and there to this day still take care of me and just are still watching over me. And I feel like that's one of the best things that I'm blessed for.
Awesome, man. And you hit the nail right on the head, man. It takes a village. You know what I mean? Like it takes a village for you to get to where you are. That being said, you're currently training. You're at school right now, but you were at Bomberitos not too
Yeah.
long ago. With the pro day right around the corner, what are some parts of your game that you're hoping to perhaps improve on and ultimately show over at your pro day? And I know it's more so drills, but are there some drills that you're hoping to maybe capitalize on?
Honestly, we truly don't, we don't really be knowing the drills most of the time. It's
Mhm.
just the ability to change direction and just show how quick I am, and just the little things that I felt like I showed at the combine, but my film, what I really do and how I can affect the team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you mentioned that film, man, because I mean, we've seen this in the past before where someone will have an amazing pro day and they go from being a day three prospect all the way up to round one, right? And then
Yeah,
it always transfer on the field. But as far as what you've put on field is amazing. I mean, you play like you have a chip on your shoulder, man. Like it's fun. I mean, you're quick. Once you get past that O lineman, man, I see you got really long arms, man, and
yeah,
it's like you're using superpowers, man. It's pretty cool, man. Do you ever feel like you're playing with a chip on your shoulder?
yeah. Always, man. Just like I said, my path has been different than a lot of folks, and everybody's path is different. And that's the thing you got to really like hone in on is like your race is your race. And I feel like a lot of my times growing up as a man and being an adult is just realizing my race is going to be my race and just not worried about everything else and just worrying about like I had a lot of schools coming out of high school and just being fortunate to go to Minnesota after having a leg injury and stuff that just like I was blessed to even go to school, but my mind was still set on I was supposed to be at a bigger school. I had these schools, this, that, and the third. And it took me all the way through Minnesota, learning, getting my bumps and my bruises throughout high school and Minnesota to really show like and understand what it takes to like really like go all the way through with go to the NFL and do it to be successful man just and on and off the field is just that you're gonna have to go through things and that your trials and tribulations aren't gonna stop because you want them to and things aren't gonna get easier, they're gonna get harder. You just gotta be able to deal with hard a little bit better each every day. And that really helped me get to where I'm at, especially at like Iowa State. Leaving Minnesota and coming to Iowa State was like a big blessing for me, just being able to take the things that I learned, and kind of I used to harp on like what I'm saying, just things that I've probably heard in my past multiple times, and just putting the final touches to it. Man, you keep asking for different results doing the same things. So I had to just tighten up a few things when I came over here, and I felt like just the grind and the hunger is always gonna burn inside of me. So just being able to be consistent with your work and just fine line the details of things, that can show you take you a long way.
Most definitely, man. And you mentioned how going to Iowa State, it really changed your life and breathed life into you. It seems like you guys ultimately had like a big brotherhood over there. What are some things that you're looking for on the NFL team that are important to you that maybe you had while you were at Iowa State?
I've been blessed with the folks around me, man, that have paved the path that I want to go to, and I've been able to just sit there and take heed and listen to them. And man, they telling me that it's a different business. As much as college is starting to become a business more and more each and every day, I just want to be able to come in to an organization and show them the things that I've showed my been able to do my whole life, and it's just show up and play like a madman and be consistent of the little daily things I do. The daily things that I do, I felt like I'm on. And when there's times that I feel like I'm swerving off, I've always had the people and the right people in the organizations and stuff to keep me pushing. Like Coach Campbell that's my guy. Love that dude.
Yes.
He gave me a second chance to come over here and just show them what I still had and what I can continue to do, and just people like that just being able to, know what you need and don't need, because certain players need and need less than certain other players. And I felt like me and Campbell we have a great relationship, and he understands what I need as a player, and I need an opportunity to really
Mhm.
show like the full complete MJ of what I can do. And I feel like that's all I really need to do, because man, it's a blessing. It is a blessing to just put on to be in the three-letter group of the NFL, man. Like that is that is one of the biggest things in the world to me. Just being able to have this conversation with you about going, to that level next month is just is the biggest blessing to me, for real. Because a lot of folks where I'm from, we don't, you know what I'm saying. You don't
Yeah.
really see that too much.
Absolutely, man. And do you feel like maybe it was your upbringing that perhaps fuels your fire to keep going?
Yeah, man. I grew up with two parents, man, but like that was, that is one of the like most underrated things now in 2023 is having two parents in your life, and especially having a male father figure in your life. I've had a lot of males in my life that helped me even when my dad's not around. So I've always had people around me. Even if I was at school, I still had an older teammate like Winston Delabadier, who's like my mentor. He helps me on and off the field. He's not a D line coach at Minnesota, and it's just one of those things that just
Wow.
like we've grown up. He's from Baltimore. I'm from St. Louis, and you see the things that are so easy to be, attain. Like they're attained. You can go down the street and get into a lot of trouble. Like in St.
Mhm.
Louis, the trouble finds you, and you know, I feel like my parents and the coaches and the support staff that I have and my family members and my sisters and cousins and stuff help me because they know what they seen in me. You know what I'm saying? They know that I can go far, really far with this, and they know what I can do, how much time I done put in it, and I can't squander it just being distracted and stuff. Immediate gratification and stuff like that. Nowadays, you can't. Nothing immediate is actually forever. So I feel like that was one of the things that helped me, just having good people around me in a place like St. Louis that doesn't want you to succeed. You just got to be stay focused and level headed and know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. And I love everything you said, man. And you highlighted something that society isn't really celebrating, and that's coming from a two-parent household, man. And you're such a well-rounded individual. I've only been we talked like 2 minutes for this interview,
Yeah,
like for about 16 minutes, man. And it's amazing, man. You're an awesome person, man.
I
Uh,
appreciate that, man. It's all it is, man. It's the people that are around you, man, and the
yeah,
parents and the folks that actually pour into you, man. You're a representation of everybody that spent, the coach that took you to practice when your parents both at work and you can't afford to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
yeah,
That's all it is. It's being a
yeah,
good person, being a good human being gonna take you so far.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And just a few more questions here, man. Let me ask you: is there a favorite defensive scheme that you prefer to take and be a part of?
Favorite defensive scheme, man. I would say the 3-3-5 was fun, just being able to just play vertical and just but it's hard. But man, I'll probably say 4-2, 4-3, just a base 4-3 defense.
Mhm.
Where you can like most of the time you're a one gap defender. Playing edge or true three, a true shade or two wide, and then you got a five tech or a six to the boundary.
What's something you want NFL teams to perhaps know about you that they may not know already about you?
How hungry I am. I feel like they probably know that just from conversations that we've had, but just they wouldn't know unless they actually was able to like shadow the way I go about business and just my dad always says be a pro before you're a pro, and I was just that's
Mhm.
something that like he's always told me. He's like how you do one thing, how you do everything, and I had to really like when you young man, you leave the light on, and when your mom tell you to turn the kitchen off when you're done, you gotta you left a butter knife in the sink after you made a little sandwich and stuff like that. Just like make sure you lead things better than you found it. And that's one of the things I just want coaches to see, just how I come and attack the day every day. And I just, we're blessed to go be at these $1 million facilities, get these $1 million educations. And I feel like the opportunity of playing football at the next level is right there in front of you. 90% of college football facilities are always open, so you can always get work. You can always be in there getting better. So I feel like the time you spend doing other stuff is not getting better, and I feel like that's one of the biggest things for me is I'm a workaholic, and I feel like at some point, if you keep just pouring in to the work bucket, man, it's gonna pay off. And I know, I don't know when it's gonna pay off, but the thing is, you just got to keep working, and then one day you just gonna look up and it's just gonna be like in your face.
I watch you on film, man. It's you're quite physical and you're really quick and you're very efficient in the moves that you use. Are there any NFL players currently or retired either or that perhaps you model your game after?
Yeah, man. He plays in a 4-2 though, 4-2-5 or 4-3. Max Crosby, he's ignorant. Like he gets like his bag is crazy. His bag is different, and I like how he's like he has length, but his arms and the way his motor just to keep going. I'm pretty sure he has like 10 sacks off of just not wanting to be blocked. That is the biggest thing for being a defensive lineman is vertical steps and just continue to be moving, man. Because if the ball's getting patted, somebody's gonna come down with it. If the quarterback pats the ball, I'm coming down with it. That's my biggest motto. If he has to put his hand on that ball again, I got to be the one to grab him.
And then last question of the night, with the draft just next month, what are some of your goals your rookie year and then throughout your time in the NFL? Once you're selected by a team, you take that flight over to that state that you're selected by, you walk into the facility. I'm here. I've arrived. MJ Anderson's here to stay. What are some of your goals throughout your career?
Never feel like you arrived. That's the biggest thing. I had a coach, a D-line coach, tells me, once you feel like you arrived, it's going to get bad. And that's just one of them things that just always feel like you're the young buck. Just always feel like you got something to prove. Because once you just don't feel like you got nothing to prove, man, your work, the way you come to work, how you attack the day, you're not a student, man. Just continue to be a student of the game. Like, I love absorbing knowledge from folks, man. It's a blessing to just, being able to bump into some of the NFL greats and NFL legends that I've been able to meet since, the draft process has started. Just at the combine, being able to listen and grasp energy, information that you can put in your toolbox. And I feel like once you start doing that, you stop doing that, and you on your your contract, your second contract, a third contract, and you finally feel like you arrived, man. If you ask any gold jacket guy in that room, they're always willing to learn something, and that's the biggest thing for me is just stay consistent and just growing every day, because every day you got something to grow on.
Knock that out the park, man.
Yeah,
love it, man. Yeah, absolutely. Big facts, man. Well, MJ, man, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. It's been such a pleasure, man, to kind of pick your brain, see what you've been doing, and most importantly, share your story with the world, man. It's one thing to see the football player on the field, but for someone to get to know the heart, the individual, the mind, the intellectual, MJ Anderson, man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Yes, sir, man. Before we go, any shout outs?
Shout out Cyclone Nation, man. This is a big year for us. We're coming.
Sir, you got it, man. You got it. And ladies and gentlemen, go down below in the description of this video. I'm going to take and have all the links to his social media stuff down below. Also, comment below. Let us know how this interview ultimately made you feel. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.
Turn 100 for the touchdown, king crown, gain inside, leading your town, hit you faster than the sound, bad boy, throw it down, yeah, I'm ill, not my will, don't Copperfield, fill the house, listen to the roaring crowd, drop a light, calm it down, Heisman, all the haters mouth, superhero hit them, wow, packing more action than bing, boom, bam, pow, touchdown for the win, we live, subscribe right now.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I cover all 32 NFL teams, plus NFL exclusive interviews. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts, comment below, and we'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.